Hey, Mark Rodriguez here, and you're watching America's number one cure for insomnia, the Diving Cutter Wrestling Podcast. And with me are.
I'm sorry, yeah, this is a Jupi Chan, also known as Ninja Jupi, or you can call me Wendy. And I will turn this over to the one, the only man of the hour, the man with the power, the man that's going to be probably ranting and raving in a bit, Johnny Rodriguez.
Toni Rodriguez.
There we go, guys. Today we're going to start off. We're going to be talking about AEW Revolution, the most recent pay-per-view, and all the events and everything. And yeah, in this case, we don't have Jack or Jack or William,
yeah,
and everything, but we still have their predictions. We do the predictions for everyone, so we'll see what's going on here. So yeah, let's get started. We'll see what's going on. We'll compare who actually won with our predictions, and we'll see what's going on there.
So we're going with the 0 hour. We probably won't talk so much about it because it's a 0 hour. Like,
Yeah.
what is there to actually talk
I think, did you get to see the 0 hour, Johnny, or are you still kind of like running home from work at that point?
Yeah, I was still able to watch the 0 hour, so my day off, so I didn't really have to worry about that.
Well, that's good.
Before we get into it, what was your general opinion on the 0 hour? So for you, Johnny, what was your general opinion on it?
I don't know. I just think it's like a standard 0 hour. Like, I don't know. There's any controversy behind the 0 hour.
Yeah, that's a regular thing. It didn't really have any weird. Wait, that was during the 0 hour? Oh God, there's a little chance, but we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Right. So for the 0
I
hour,
was saying for that. Like, who cares about Chris Jericho?
So for the 0 hour, we're just gonna bring up a couple of things. There's some bad audio during the 0 hour.
Yeah, the audio's real bad.
And this is also the first time that that you can watch the pay-per-view on Amazon Prime.
Like Prime Video.
Yeah, Amazon Prime Video, which is kind of
Weird.
sad.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't understand how that would work. I mean, usually things on Amazon Prime is like, you're renting or you're buying, it's like, maybe $10 here or $20 there, something like that. If it was a pay-per-view, I mean, what would the price be? The charge?
Still be 50, I'm sure.
I guess so. And the 0 hour had the Dynamite announce team for however you feel about those three again with Toni, Tony Schiavone,
Excalibur?
Taz, and Excalibur. So
yeah, but one thing I do gotta say, on that note, the volume was very bad. Audio was very bad. Every time the wrestlers like when you do the stomps or you land on the mat or whatever, it just sounded very like boxed in, like you're playing like the Super Nintendo or a Rumble game or something. But the part that was really bad, the part that stood out the worst, and I'm surprised they didn't catch it because I guess they don't hear it from their side, is when they're doing interviews and they brought in like these two ladies that were in the movie,
Queen of the Ring,
the Queen of the Ring movie. And personally, I don't know who they are. Like I've never, but they're like the main people in the movie. And they're saying, hey guys, blah 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 blah. And what are your names? And I'm, and that's it. And the thing is, they didn't repeat it. They didn't replay it. I was hoping that the people would have said, "Oh, you're, the kind of," but yeah.
And the audio was out on their mics when they were introducing themselves. So we didn't get their names or anything. So like I said, the audio was bad for 0 hour. All right.
Let me add that on my end, it was not just only 0 hour. It was sometimes during the match. The audio will be kind of off. So what I would have to do is that I would have to quickly log out, just exit and then get back in because it's like the audio sounds all right, but then it sounds kind of like how, like when you take off the stereo option of the audio, it sounds kind of like that weird boxed in kind of, and then I had to replay just open the app again to see it again, and then it just works just fine. But I find it kind of annoying. Mm-hmm. It didn't happen too much, but thankfully it did happen on one of the matches I didn't care too much about. So like, who cares? I forgot which match it was, but one of those matches I didn't really care too much about. Oh, probably the Jon Moxley one. So I exit out and then I went back in because I don't really care too much about Jon Moxley.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's get started on all of these. So we don't really care about any of the 0 hour matches for the most part. The first match was the Lee Johnson and Blake Christian versus Commander and Hologram. Everybody went for Commander's team except for Jack. And of course, Commander and Hologram, they won their match. Commander ended up pinning Blake Christian with a 450 splash.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yay.
But the rest was like the typical flippy shit where it looks cool at the moment, but it's kind of hard to remember what happened, days later.
Okay. Now the second match during the 0 hour was Daniel Garcia with the Undisputed Kingdom versus Shane Taylor promotion. Okay. And the winner of that match was Daniel Garcia's team with the Undisputed Kingdom. And everyone got a point except for William and Jack.
Yeah. The only thing I want to say about that match I remember the most was that I think Daniel Garcia was the one that was stuck on the apron. And oh my God, Shane Taylor did a drop kick. Like, just think about all that weight falling on you.
Mm. Mm-mm. Oh, and also during the match, we had Hook and Shibata and Samoa Joe sitting in the bleachers watching the match all serious like.
Yeah.
So let's see where that leads. And you also mentioned, what?
Oh, I'm sorry. I just wanted to go all the way back a little bit on the when they were doing the interview on that wrestling movie, The Queen of, what was it called? The Queen of Wrestling? The Queen of the Ring, I'm sorry. Okay. So Shivani really did a big mess up. I don't know if anybody caught it, but right after the women introduced themselves, or halfly introduced due to audio, not working all the way through, the director was talking, and then I think he was going to say something else. And then Shivani just cut him off. Like it happened so quick, but the thing is, it just looks so, it looks so bad. Like the guy looked like he was trying to add something else, and it just cut. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, they didn't read the room. I don't know. They kind of messed up on that one.
No, wasn't there a problem in the ear? We gotta move it along. We gotta move it along. We gotta get through the show. We gotta get through the show. Because everything is great. It's gonna be great. This movie will be great.
It's kind of like if I'm talking right now, and then like you guys are talking, and then it looks like I'm gonna say something else, and then next scene, like who cares what I'm, that's how it looked like. It was like, damn, like I guess that's how that's how much in the rush they wanted to get that show rolling with the 0 hour. But yeah. Yeah, for reference, I don't really remember too much about the 0 hour, but I just like the fact that Daniel Garcia won.
Yeah, Garcia's team did win. And we have a few things here like I think that's what you mentioned, how Shane Taylor did the leg drop on Daniel Garcia right on the apron, and what's his name was staring at Garcia. His Moriarty taps out to the submission and all that nonsense. It's like,
oh yeah, that's what happened. That Daniel Garcia was kind of going in on it for himself. He didn't really care for the team and all that stuff. And what happened is that Copeland had the guy down, and he was going to jump off the ring to, I guess, finish him off. But then Garcia just tapped himself in rudely, and then got in there and did like it looked like the sharpshooter, but I don't know if it was a sharpshooter. But he did one of them, the leg lock moves, and while the other guy is trying, not to tap out or whatever, Cope. Was it Cole? No, someone else. Was it? Who's the guy? Was it Cole?
Adam Cole.
Oh, Adam Cole. Yeah, Adam Cole got off the rope and was just staring at him like, dude, the fuck you doing? And then the other guy taps out. They win the match, and Garcia doesn't even want to shake their hands or nothing. He just grabbed his belt. He just left. He just whatever. And then like the Cole and them are kind of like the fuck with these guys and all that. So that's kind of awkward if we see if that becomes something down the line.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if he's going to become a heel, maybe.
Yeah,
but nobody knows.
He always acts a little bit like in that solo act, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
He always acts kind of like he has a chip over his shoulder.
Yeah,
kind of.
Yeah. So then we have the big one.
Now this is the one I don't know. I didn't give any points at all for this one because technically it really wasn't a match in the traditional sense. Because nothing happened. There was no call. There was nothing really. It's the Jericho versus Gravity match for the Ring of Honor World Championship. Everybody went for Gravity, but it really didn't matter because
Yeah,
Nothing really happened for a match.
well, because before the match could even start officially, Big Bill and
Ryan Keith
Ryan
showed up.
Keith, because it does respect for Jericho, they started attacking the fuck out of Gravity. So there's no, I mean, they still
And
rang the
then
bell.
Bandito, and then Bandito showed up to try to help out Gravity, but then they got to Bandito, and then they had Gravity, and then Jericho took off Gravity's mask, and Gravity's mother and sister in the audience, and they come up to trying to protect them, and Bandito's trying to protect them later on.
Yeah, and
then the
then
audience
Jericho
started.
had the bat.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna swing the bat on even with the mother and the sister in the way, and
And it's just the whole thing was so silly. And then the audience starts saying,
But yeah, Jericho, I mean that's like I don't know, man. Like if you follow Lucha Libre, you know how disrespectful it is for anybody to just kind of like grab the mask and take it off and come on. The fact that his family's trying to protect him and he's so acts. Oh, I don't know, man. The whole thing is kind of like. Ugh.
Now, one thing I do notice, I do notice two things. The thing that doesn't make too much sense about the family being there, and this is not real family or whatever, is because the luchadors are supposed to be super well hidden with their masks, and the point that you don't know who they are at all. Like they always have the mask on when they're wrestling nonstop. But then if you go out shopping or something, they won't have a mask on or none, but you won't know it's them because no one knows who they look like without the mask. But in this case, the family's there. Now, one thing I did notice though, they didn't name them or anything. They didn't do the thing where they're like there and they put like the name or anything, so you don't know their names. At least that.
Maybe the lucha scene has changed over the years where I mean, it's a thing, but it's not as strict as it once was. Maybe.
I mean, the only thing I could think of is it could just be a fake family to add to the drama or whatever. Because
they were in LA. They were in LA. They probably said, "Hey, we need some Latina actresses to play this dude's mother and sister." Okay, we're going to the agency. Okay, y'all are some Latinas. You're gonna play their mother and the sister. Let's go.
Yeah, because the thing is, anyone that knows, like, hey, it's Marta Maria. So that means that her husband is, hologram, so you know what I mean? Anyone that recognizes watching TV at home or something. Es Paulina y su hija María. Es de caramba. O sea, eso significa que hologram is Francisco. Like they'll know who he
my
is
God.
based on you know what I mean? So it has to be a fake family because anyone that knows people watching the TV in LA, like whatever, they're gonna know like hey, that's so and so. You know what I mean?
I didn't think about it till you said, "Oh, that's right. This will be so secretive that they take it to the grave." Then when they pass on the mantle to the next one to take over, it's like probably like a whole secret underground process where
Yeah, because that's the thing. It's like if Johnny went there with a luchador mask, he's called El Delgado or something like that.
Delgado.
And he has like the mask on and stuff, and no one knows who it is. But if he's there, and then I show up, and Wendy shows up, Jack people are gonna be, hey, wait a minute, that's Mark and Wendy. Wait, so that means that El Delgado is Johnny all along. Like they're gonna know, like your coworkers, like, hey, isn't that like Johnny's brother on TV? Wait a minute, is that guy Johnny? So it has to be a fake family. If they're like that secretive and stuff. Because obviously it's still a big deal. The guy still is covering his face and all that. There's, that has to be a fake family.
Well, okay. After that non-match match, the last match of the 0 hour was Big Boom, AJ, whatever, and the conglomeration versus Johnny TV with those M guys, and everyone got a point for this. It's Team AJ Boom dudes. They won. Okay, this is obviously as noted. This was obviously the comedic match of the 0 hour. We had one part where when the Big Boom family come out, you see that the
Ziggler or whatever.
That's what he called Twizzler, whatever.
Something like that.
The little one, not the big boy, but the smaller big boy. Yeah. He came out dressed up like Orange Cassidy.
Mhm.
Whatever. And anyway, what else happened in stupid? Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot their names. Mansoor. No, that's the other one. The one with the dreads, the black one.
Yeah.
He
that's-
he smashed Orange Cassidy with his ass.
Oh God, yeah, he did.
Look at all this stuff. Oh, Taya Valkyrie kept trying to make out with, what's his face because they're married and want to see any of that.
Mhm.
And then Harley Cameron came out to attack her, because distraction.
Yeah.
The other Eminem dude, not the black dude, but the other one, I cannot remember their names offhand. He had AJ up on the ropes, and the kid, the taller fat one, the taller big kid.
Yeah. He ran
he-
over to grab him like a power
yeah,
bomb.
and power bombed him. Yeah, yeah. And then once they turned around, he was all like
Yeah,
that.
he's gonna hit the kid. Yeah. And then didn't Kathy or someone save the day?
No, Mark Briscoe did.
Oh,
Cause
Briscoe.
they even had to think about saying, wait, somebody did.
Yeah, Briscoe was there.
Yeah, so that team won. I don't really care. But anyway, that was the end of the 0 hour. Oh boy, who
Yeah,
cares?
it's like, where's my wallet?
Mm-hmm.
That makes me feel like paying. Seeing AJ Boom there, I want to pay that $49.99.
And then seeing the smaller fat one, the younger fat one, and I don't know their names. Anyway, as DJF would say, the how you put it? The podcasters of the hour, whatever you said.
Oh, bad social media stuff.
There we go.
Social media stars.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah.
All right, so let's get on to the real pay-per-view. So the real pay-per-view starts with MJF versus Adam Page, and just so you know, Adam Page did win this match, and we were a little split on this one. Not really, but the only ones who went for Adam Page were me and Mark. Everybody else went for MJF.
Yep.
So this match it has so MJF he did a power driver on a steel chair outside of the ring on Adam, and I was thinking, ooh, my knees hurt thinking about that.
Yep. And then there was a part where Hangman was on his knees, I think, and MJF ran, back and forth. That he was going to do some kind of, I don't know, flying drop kick or something. And the last minute just hits him in the face with the dick. Dick to the face, whack to the face.
That was unusual. Yeah. He also did with a dead eye power driver. Wasn't trying to do like the angel wing, and that was kind of a weird maneuver.
Yeah.
And at the end of the match, it was a buckshot lariat for the win.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a pretty good match. It was a very intense match because, what's his face? Hangman has established himself as like the crazy eyes, the violent person. That's someone that MJF cannot mess around with too much because he is like he's gonna fuck you up and everything. But I'm just surprised that Hangman didn't do any kind of equivalent or something because come on, MJF bashed you in the face with his dick. I was expecting Hangman to just grab him later, like bring him against the stairs or something violent. I can show you to put your dick in my face, motherfucker, or something like that. You know what I mean? Like I'm surprised there wasn't any kind of violent retaliation or Hangman's version of it, like the return whack or
Maybe
something. Oh, stop!
Hey,
Will
what?
you stop?
Why else didn't he react? I don't know about you, but some dude smacked me in the face like that. I'm gonna be kind of,
Well, your case to be backwards. You'd be a girl smack back your face like that.
I don't want that. I'm just saying, if I was in Adam Page's situation and MJF came at me with that all up in my face, I was like,
All I gotta say is that thank God that Hangman had his mouth closed when that happened.
Good night, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Johnny, what did you think of this crazy match?
I don't really remember too much about it except for the fact that Adam Page just looks crazier by the hour. I was actually surprised that he won. I mean, yeah, I'm surprised that he won this match because I was kind of expecting MJF to win the match for some reason. Because they always make these matches so predictable. So at least this time around, Adam Page was still able to defeat MJF. all I remember is that the match was still pretty intense, and it was still. I still think it was still a good match, but it's more like Adam Page made MJF look good because MJF's not really that great as a wrestler. That's the only thing I remember.
The next match after that for the TBS Championship was Mercedes Moné versus Momo Watanabe. And of course, anybody who knows anything knows that Mercedes was going to win, which is why everybody predicted that Mercedes would win. Why would you bring in somebody that is unknown that only Mercedes knows? I mean, like I said, if you watch Stardom and all the Joshi and all that stuff, that's fine. But but she's not as established outside of Japan. What put her in that kind of a match, in general, where she isn't going to win? I mean, except to like show off her skills, but it would have been interesting if it was more like she beats Mercedes and then say that she's all elite or something.
Yeah.
Then she'll probably just get lost in the shuffle like everybody else in Tony Khan's toy chest.
Oh, but of course.
So yeah, Momo did lose. Let's see. So yeah, Mercedes kind of slapped her with the belt. She powerbound Momo on the floor. Oh, and for those who watch Ring of Honor, Billy Starks is there. If you remember Billy Starks, she is was Athena's apprentice there. So she's watching the match, taking notes.
Yeah, she's been kind of like getting in Mercedes' face the last couple of episodes of Dynamite during interview spots and stuff like that. So that's also a thing there.
At one point, Momo tried to do Three Amigos, you're saying?
Yeah.
But she only got into, oh yeah, I remember now. But she only got 2 in before Mercedes countered it with a knee strike. Let's see. Oh wow, and then Momo grabbed Mercedes with an avalanche slam off the top rope.
And she still survived anyway.
Then she did the money maker, then the bank statement, and it made Momo tap out.
Yeah.
But I did like Momo for the match. But it still pissed me off because it was just a waste of having her there. It was a waste of space on the card. That's how I feel about it. This should have been like a collision match or a Dynamite match. Yeah. Because, like I said, Momo isn't established. Put her on the regular show. If you want to have her, in a pay-per-view, establish her before the pay-per-view in a way that makes sense.
Yeah. And also, since she's not an official AEW person, I thought they were going to have her win and just take the belt with her or whatever. And now I think about it, I was surprised it was so early in the card. Maybe that's why, just to kind of get it over and done with.
She probably had to get back to Japan.
Okay, personally, this is the first time I've seen Momo Watanabe in the match, and I was impressed. I think she was a very good wrestler. It was a shame that she lost to, freaking Mercedes Moné. I mean, personally, I would have preferred Momo to win the match, but we already know her Mercedes with her contract with Tony Khan that she has to win all these matches all the time. Like, I don't know. It just gets kind of boring after a while.
Water.
Yep, that's why she literally gets paid the big bucks.
Yeah. I didn't care. I mean, like I said, I like seeing Momo's work, but anyway, like I said, it was a waste. Now the next match was Swerve versus Ricochet. Yeah, Swerve versus Ricochet. And the winner of that match will become the number 1 contender for the world title. For the world AEW title that Moxley was holding at the time of this pay-per-view.
Yeah, but something else was also on the line. We can elaborate on the story the last couple of weeks.
Yes, and the other part of the story is that Ricochet stole Nana's robe, and Nana is already threatening Swerve, said that he's going to be done with Swerve if he doesn't, step up or shape up, and also to get his robe back. Now, the winner of this match was Swerve. Everybody went for Swerve. Everyone gets a point. And let's see, some highlights or things that we took note of was that, Swerve was attacking Ricochet. Nana was trying to get to Swerve.
Well,
Swerve was attacking Ricochet, and then Nana was trying to get to Swerve, and then Swerve knocked Nana back, and we were like, why? I mean, it
Yeah,
was like
that-
like
that
an
didn't make
accident,
sense.
like Nana going after, it was like he was trying to stop him from attacking Ricochet, and then he pushed Nana down. Nana was like, "I'm done with you," and he left. And we said, "Okay, there's a catch. There's a catch. There's
Yeah, but
definitely
it still
a
didn't make
catch."
sense why he was doing that in the first place.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, so basically that was the thing. It's kind of like Swerve was so busy attacking, he just felt someone on him. He's like, get off, without noticing. Oh shit, it's Nana. That kind of thing. And Nana left. But one thing that Wendy was saying a lot is that what's his face? Ricochet hung up the robe on one of the sides of the ring, and Nana was there, and he just kept acting all like whatever and sneaking and all that. And when he's like just grab the damn thing. What's taking so long? Just
Yeah. Some other things that popped up here. Oh yeah, you said Ricochet the Hurricane.
Hurricane.
Yeah, Hurricane. Like I'm terrible at wrestling moves, guys. Or after saying some of them, and he did that on this swerve, head on the apron, and he ended up spilling out on the floor.
Mhm.
Which was wow. Oh, and then Swerve was slammed Ricochet onto the announce table. But Nana did come back for the robe, and Swerve tried to roll up on but Ricochet getting flown out of the ring, but he landed on Nana and he took the robe back. I was like, oh come on.
Yeah, that was some bullshit.
And then Swerve jumped in, but then Ricochet caught him and then slammed him down. I said, come on. And then Ricochet does that with that vertigo, and then Swerve still kicked out.
Yeah.
I said, really?
Hey, he's doing it for Nana's robe, man.
Then Nana pulled the rope. Swerve tried another roll up. Ricochet swerved into Nana. Then Swerve hits with 2 house calls, and then a slam, and finally won the match.
Yeah. And then after that, Swerve went to grab the robe officially and hand it over to Nana, and they had a big old hug after all the problems they've kind of had in between themselves the last couple of weeks.
So this has proved 2 things. One, Ricochet is an idiot. Because there was probably also planned that Nana gonna have some kind of fake conflict with Swerve, and while he's distracted, he'll just take the robe back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was a pretty good match, and I mean, it was kind of hard to tell who's going to win because they could have had Ricochet win and extend the thing, or have the
Yeah, but
drama
that would have made
have the drama that Nana actually left because he got pissed that he lost again or something.
yeah, but that would have made Swerve look even worse.
Yeah, but, you gotta look worse before you get better and all that. We'll do a second meeting in a bit, but yeah, but that's the whole thing. But one thing I also heard from people is that despite how annoying Ricochet is, especially with the thing that he does that's so annoying, people like him though, because even though he's a kind of nerdy, annoying, geeky personality, it's like saying, okay, but at least he has a personality now. Because and WWE, he was just a random
flippy guy.
and then here it was worse because now he's a flippy guy in the company that's full of flippy guys. So he's not acting all stupid and nerdy, the glasses and the stupid thing. That's it's still something.
He's like a piece of paper in WWE that can blow in the wind. That's the main thing that stood out about it, was that he was doing the flipping stuff. Because I thought that was kind of cool when I used to seeing him at NXT and all that stuff. But he was still kind of just there. But then here he's even more bland. But now, like you said, he has a personality, but it's just still annoying.
I know the people are digging it though. Like the heel that you want to hate, the heel you want to lose and
won't like him as a person. Okay, what do you think of Johnny? About this match?
I kind of like this match. I mean, I don't really care much about Ricochet, but I did like how I think I like the drama more than anything. With Swerve with Prince Nana, I thought they were gonna legit just split up. Like, holy shit, they're gonna split up, and that's gonna be the thing, But thankfully they're still back together. Everything got fixed, everything got solved. it's just that a part of me still think that that drama kind of stuff could have been on a regular, I don't know, Collision episode or something. I don't know. I felt like they dragged it out a little too much for the pay per view in that aspect. But yeah, it was so good that Swerve won this match because yeah, he really needs to win.
All right, so now we got the next matchup, which is Okada
Versus Brody King.
defending his what was it, international title that he has. What was
Yeah,
it?
with a Continental Breakfast Championship, whatever.
Yeah, defending his title against Brody
King.
Yeah, Brody King. And
The winner of the match was Okada, and everyone gets a point except for Mark.
yeah. And I don't remember too many things about the Okada match except that, with due to the size difference, of course, it was a tougher match for him and everything. And Okada's like, oh fuck, I gotta try this time.
I gotta earn my check.
Yeah. And the only thing I remember the most though is that he did give credit that Okada was actually able to pick up and back slam Brody King, which is of course a big thing because again, the big size difference. So that was pretty cool. But everything else was, typical match, whatever. I don't know. I'm not too invested in Okada so much. I just gotta say, it is better that he's alone than with the Young Bucks. You don't have to put up with the Young Bucks and everything, so at least that's one plus. But yeah, but Okada's still the champ, and I was kind of like, I don't know, there's been these title changes so much. I was really hoping that he would have won, Brody, that is. But oh well.
I didn't care about this match at all. Johnny?
I really, yeah, I didn't really care about the match. I didn't really remember the match. But hey, yeah, I guess Kata won. Okay.
Yeah, I think I was under the blanket. I wasn't paying attention like at all, really.
Yeah.
Okay, going on to our next match. The Hurt Syndicate versus the Outrunners for the World Tag Team Championships. And of course, the Hurt Syndicate won because seriously, they haven't had those titles all that long. Realistically, I just could not see them losing. I can't see any team there that realistically has a chance at beating them for any reason. I thought it was an interesting match, but it was meh. To me, it
Well,
was
I
a meh
mean, it's
match.
a power match because you know how powerful Shelton and Bobby Lashley are. And all
I
that
know that's
stuff.
why I was just
And the Outrunners trying their best and everything.
yeah, which was nice to see. I kind of like their personalities and all of that,
All the
but it
80s
was
vibe.
and the '80s vibe, of course. But it was so for this one, getting to the point part of it, um, oh, let's see. Everyone went for the Hurt Syndicate except for Johnny and Panda. They went for the Outrunners. A couple of things here. MVP was very adamant about the Hurt Syndicate not losing because he doesn't like to be embarrassed.
Mm-hmm.
And Nigel was on commentary during this one, and he was talking about a conversation that he had with Magnum regarding condoms. Would you like to elaborate on that one, Mark?
Oh God. Let me see about wait.
He was talking about sizes and Magnum being a size, and
Oh God, yes. And he was talking about because the guy, one of the Outrunners is named Truth Magnum, and it's like he was asking him about condoms, and Magnum's like, "What's a condom?"
okay.
Yeah, so the Outrunners, they go raw, baby.
Okay.
Your thoughts, Johnny?
I really didn't care too much about the match. I kind of like the gimmick of the Outrunners, so that's kind of the reason why I kind of went with them, like hoping they could have won the match. But other than that, like I didn't really care about the match. I don't know. I feel like the Okada and this other match, the Her Syndicate versus the Outrunners, I think those two matches were kind of meh compared to all the other
Waiting of
two reviewed.
waiting of the Hurt Syndicate in general.
It's okay.
Mm.
I mean, I just didn't really care too much about the match.
Yeah. Now, one thing that's interesting though, in this past episode of Dynamite, MVP is trying to convince MJF to join them. And so we'll see what happens there. It was kind of left kind of up in the air a little bit, so we'll see what happens there if MJF joins the Hurt Syndicate. Because you need a white boy in there somewhere.
But yeah, in my opinion, I think that this match and even the Okada match, I think those two matches could have been in the 0 hour.
Mm.
Like it's still time for the actual pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I think the Carter match shouldn't have been there. So anyway, all right. Oh, and for the winning thing, Bobby Lashley did the spear on Mr. Truth Magnum there and won the match.
Yep.
All right. So the next match, maybe a little
So Bobby
controversial.
was reaching out for a Magnum.
Anyway,
And the reason why it's important that they wear condoms is because they hurt people. They hurt people. You know. Okay. Anyway, the next match is a big one, and it's a match. I'm sure they have, lubricants, but anyways, the next
energy.
probably. I mean, you seen those dudes.
We should try to keep this as PG
All
as
I have to say
possible.
is, if wrestling does not pan out, or let's say you get injured, like those injuries that you have to kind of forcefully retire because of your neck or something like that. If wrestling does not pan out, Shelton Benjamin and Bobby Lashley have a future in the adult film industry. We'll just say that.
I would just like to say that the thoughts and comments of Mark Rodriguez does not reflect everybody else in this podcast.
Oh God. Uh-huh. So
Anyway, one of the more controversial matches of the pay-per-view.
But one
for
probably the most notes.
The Women's World Championship was Toni Storm versus Mariah May. And everybody went for Toni for this match, and Toni did win this match. And JR actually called this match, which is kind of an odd time to bring him out to call a match. I mean, I would see him like more like the main event. I was kind of surprised they brought him out to call this match. It's supposed to be the what do you call it? The the final curtain or whatever.
The Hollywood story or something like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I mean,
And I'm just gonna pass this over to Mark for this one because there was a lot in this.
Yeah. Well, with JR though calling the match is, they want AEW wanted to be nice, so they want to give them some cake, And with Tony Storm, there's always a lot of cake involved. So,
And
anyways,
cheese.
yeah. So, anyways, yeah, right off the bat, when Tony came into the ring, I think this is one of those, no disqualification match and weapons and all that kind of stuff. So Mariah just runs up the ramp and starts beating the crap out of Tony before the match even starts proper because she's still kind of, walking down the walkway and all that stuff. And Mariah May had a fucking taser on her. She had a taser, and luckily Luther grabbed it out of her hand and all that stuff. And while they were like wrestling for the taser, she kicked him in the balls and then pushed him over, get like a table with champagne and cups and glasses or whatever, threw him over the table with the champagne and glasses and stuff. So that was kind of crazy. And at the end, the taser was on the floor. I'm glad he ignored it. He didn't keep going for it or whatever.
Mhm.
So Mariah also did a power driver to Tony on the steel steps. So I'm sure that's a concussion there. No wonder she thinks she's the Hollywood star. Well, it's concussion she's getting. There was a part where Mariah I guess she was standing on the barricade and Tony shoved her, so she landed right there. She got the clam slam on the barricade. So that's and I know a lot of people have their thoughts because it's not the same. They don't have what the guys have, but no, that hurts a lot too. For the women if they're hit there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So anyway, Tony gets busted open. So she's basically bleeding like Moxley to the point where even Moxley would have gotten jealous. They had these champagne, the champagne buckets where you normally have the ice and stuff like that, but instead it was full of broken glass and everything. So both women, they had two buckets. Tony and Mariah wrapped tape, with the sticky part out around their fists and jam their hands painfully into the broken glass and stuff, so that their hands are now, covered in broken glass for one hell of a punch. So both women are trying to punch each other, obviously dodging and stuff like that. And Toni actually did slice up Mariah with the broken glass a little bit. Mariah throws Toni off the ropes into all the broken glass and everything. And then she did a mayday on top of the broken glass. So that's a lot, and that's I mean, and then I think they were just I forgot what happened. I think when Toni was I don't know, she was distracted and caught off guard, but Mariah may grab like a small bottle or a piece of a bottle or something and jammed it up Toni's hotspot. Yeah, we'll call that upper internet hotspot. So that was bad. Then Toni did a storm zero to Mariah May on top of all the broken glass, because that's going to be there a lot. And Mariah somehow still kicks out, even though now she's a bloody mess too. Toni does a curb stomp to Mariah onto the belt and then starts whipping her with the belt. Again, no disqualification here, so they can't stop her. And then finally, Toni Storm grabs the shoe, and it was kind of like a big payback because he knows that the whole thing with her betraying Toni to begin with was being with the shoe. So Toni beats her bloody with the shoe, and then there's a Storm Zero on the table that was near the entrance ramp and everything. And Toni finally wins the match, and now it's backwards. I think now she was cradling Mariah while she was all knocked out and bloody and all that.
She was embracing her bosom.
Yeah, basically.
And then there was that big old sign above, like the end or something.
Yeah, at the end on there. So Toni Storm is the champion, and also she is now closing the chapter with Mariah May and everything.
Mhm.
But now, and in Dynamite, she came out to do like another speech or something, and what's her face? Megan Bain attacked her and everything. So I think now it's gonna happen. Now we're gonna start going there. We're gonna have some Megan Bain versus Toni Storm action going on there.
Like I saw, I did not like this. I didn't really like this match. It was it was just too much unnecessary stuff.
Too much blood.
I just don't like bloody matches. I don't know. It's like it's bloody for the sake of being bloody,
Yeah.
and I never liked that.
Even Johnny was saying that, oh God, it sounds like all bloody wrestling.
Mm.
Like AEW.
Yeah, that's the most I remember about this match. And you know what? I think this is, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the first women's match that's this bloody, like to that level, to the John Moxley level of bloodiness.
Yeah,
Like
we
it was,
thought that.
I don't know, like I mean, it was still a good match, but I don't think all that blood was necessary, or at least not to that degree. You know, obviously wrestling is wrestling. People are going to get injured, and you know, blood's going to happen here and there. But like the way they're doing it, it's like, damn, did they want to overdo a Mortal Kombat at this rate? You know, and it's also kind of not like realistic in a certain way, because you're already super bloodied up, and then you keep getting smashed with more glass, more things, more. It's like, yeah, I don't care how physically strong you are. I think eventually, like, you're gonna like fucking pass out. You're gonna really need to go to the hospital. Like, there's no way regular mortals can survive the type of being
timeless
with all the blood. Yeah, timeless blood.
The time was full of blood.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it had to go all the Hollywood. You know, had to go all cinematic. You know, of all the blood. You know, so. But yeah, it was so. I mean, it was an intense match. It was so very entertaining. It's just that the blood, man, like, damn. And I believe there's another match further down the road that also has a lot of blood, but we'll get there when we get there.